Hello, trainers. Do you even go, bro? Here. Come to you today to talk about maximizing your bag space. Now, I can talk about Pokemon in a minute, but right now we're going to talk about items. So I have max bag space of 2,000, and right now I currently have 1,487 items. So, first we'll talk about potions here. Now, I did a lot of raids on the weekend. That's why I have a lot of hyper potions. And gifts, I open 20 gifts every day. So that's a good source of max potions and max revives. I usually save them as last resort. I'm using my hyper potions and all my other potions first. So, I mean, for me, that's a lot of potions. So, I definitely don't want to have much more potions than that. Revives. You see, I don't have many just normal revives because I don't really use them. And that's one thing I don't have a lot of because like in raids I use a few, but in gym battles you really shouldn't need to use revives because you can just if your health is really low, you should just be switching guys. So in the bottom right there's that arrow button, so just switch out your guys. So all you have to do is potion them. You don't need revives. See a lot of people with like 400 or 500 revives and taking up a lot of your bag space. You just don't need revives. You just need to be switching your guys before they die. They'll save you a lot of room. So just switch Pokemon and also accept gifts so you can get max potions and revives there. Lucky eggs. I usually have more than that, but that's a good number for me. It's kind of low, but that's all right. Not taking up tons of bag space there. Now TMs. TMs normally I don't have a lot normally because it's just something I don't like to keep a lot of, but fast TMs you don't need a lot of them because obviously most things have just two moves, so you use it and you're getting the other move. So I wouldn't really have more than 30 fast TMs at any time. Charge TMs might keep double that, 60, if you really need them, because it could just keep going back and forth the same move all the time. So 30 fast TM, 60 charge TM, that's a good number, I think. 82 premium passes. Again, the boxes I did buy, boxes are better this time, so I bought some, so I have some lucky eggs and passes. I'm going to buy some more, but usually combined between those two are like 500 between eggs and passes to take on my bag space, so I'm doing pretty good now. Star pieces, yeah, that's a lot of star pieces for me, but I just save them for special events or community days or whatever. So that Pokeballs here, 113, 23, and 20. That's low for me. I usually like to have at least 200 Pokeballs because I use my Go Plus a lot. But also with the catching Pokemon sometimes, I usually like to have a total of 300 to 400, 200 Pokeballs, 200 or 300 Pokeballs, and 100 to 200 of the other balls combined, just so that I have lots of Pokeballs in storage so that when I raid and I don't get a lot of Pokestops, that I have lots of Pokeballs to use for my Go Plus. So yeah, 400 balls usually. Lures, don't have a lot of lures. I just mainly use them for a community day or 6-hour lures or some kind of event. Now berries, I got a lot of goldenrods because I raid a lot. And I had some Pineapple saved up because Gen 4, but they only put out a few Pokemon, so didn't really need to use a lot of Pineapples. And I don't really Pineapple a lot of Pokemon normally, or I give them any kind of berry to help catch them. I use berries to berry gems to get gold gems, and because you get Stardust every time you give a berry. So yeah, I don't use them for Pokemon. I usually because I have my berry badge is almost 85,000 berries given, so that's what I use it for. So yeah, I don't like to have a lot of berries in my bag. I like to continually try to give them to gyms, so that's a lot for me. So I wouldn't normally have very many berries in my bag at all. And rare candies. Rare candies is something that I do not have in my bag because I always have something to give rare candies to. Right now, Giratina just came out, so I gave a lot of my candies to Giratina. And also, if I am done giving the current legendary rare candies, they're usually an X-Raid. Deoxys is also getting some rare candies. If you have, I don't know, if you have some regionals from that event, I gave some to Kangaskhan and Mr. Mime. But again, as a general rule, I would not give rare candies to anything that I could catch in the wild or hatch. Some things are maybe hard to find, like Bagon or Dratini or Larvitar, or Gible is going to be rare when it comes out. So those are things you might want to give them to, but you should still avoid giving them to rare Pokemon that you could catch or hatch. Just legendary raid bosses mostly. So yeah, use your rare candies wisely. And for as many as I would keep in my bag space at any given time, it's probably 240 to 248, which again is if you catch a level 20 raid boss, Giratina comes out, you catch a Giratina, you want to give it as many candies as it takes to max out, which is 248. So I would never keep more than 248 rare candies in my bag at any given time. So yeah, I hope that helps you lessen your item storage. Now let's talk about Pokemon. Now as you can see here, the Pokemon storage is still 1,500, hoping that'll go up soon to 2,000 like your items. But I have just over 1,000 Pokemon out of 1,500 in my bag. Now, I do have lots of strong Pokemon, which is what you want to mostly keep to do raids or to battle gyms. So yeah, attacking Pokemon, defending Pokemon, good, super effective Pokemon for raids. It's what you want to keep. Now, let's talk about things that a lot of people keep that maybe you should get rid of some. A lot of people like their shinies. So right now you can see I usually only have one or two of a certain shiny. I'll keep a couple if it's useful, or I'll keep one for myself, and I'll usually keep one maybe to trade if I really want something from someone. So again, it's like one with a couple trade Beldums, because everyone's going to want Beldums, so I kept a couple. Even though it's not going to get the move, people might still want them. But yeah, I just keep a couple. I don't need 30 Wingles, 30 Mareeps taking up bag space, So that's one thing. Get rid of some of your shinies, please. It's just taking up bag space. Same with shinies. Luckies are another thing that probably takes up a lot of bag space. I have some good Luckies, some not so good Luckies, but maybe they'll do something special with Luckies down the road. But I do have some Ralts for Community Day. Hopefully it'll be good, and other things. Gengar Community Day is coming up. Just some possibly good things, or just some Luckies that I like, but there's not tons here, I don't think. So you don't need to keep every Lucky you've ever had. And another thing, the Pikachus with the hats. So let's see how many I have. See, I only have 7 total. some not even with hats. But yeah, it's another thing. Don't want to keep every hat Pikachu or Pichu that I've ever had. It's just another thing that takes up bag space. So yeah. So strong Pokemon. Delete some of those shinies, please, that are just taking up bag space and your luckies. Yeah, I mean, I have some things to trade too. Definitely should be trading some good Pokemon like Ralts, the Beldums for Community Day. Anything for Community Day or Power Pokemon that's rare, you want to be trading for luckies if you're going to use it. But to keep a bunch of shiny Wingles, a bunch of shiny Mareeps for trade, it's kind of just taking up bag space. But yeah. So strong Pokemon and a couple things for trade. Yeah. I have Evolves. I do have space for Evolves. I have probably, let's see, just to guess, I have, I'd say I have about 300 to 400 Pokemon that I might use. Probably have 600 Pokemon that are for Evolves or for trades. So just to give you an idea, I've caught over 140,000 Pokemon, and I don't have a bag space problem. I could just concern myself with the stuff that I would use for raids, gym battles, PvP when it comes out, but I do have a couple things for trade. Just see how much things I have for trade. Some Tangulas, some Electabuzzes because they evolve and it could be good. Some legendaries, Chanseys for good gym defenders, regionals, a couple rare things, Bagon, Slackoth, Larvitar, Shinx right now because I really want some Shinxes. You know, some unknowns, some Phoebus, couple of shinies for trade. That's really all I want to keep for trade. It's not a whole lot, I don't think. So yeah, again, just delete some of those extra shinies, extra luckies, extra party hat Pokemon. It's just taking up bag space, and keep those strong Pokemon. All right, I hope this was helpful. Now, thank you for watching.